my life, and I've been so happy with her ever since. I've been in love with her then and in love with her now. And we've never stopped having fun.
Well, please take a seat, would you? While in New York, you become the face of Lotto. Have a look at this from 1978.
This week is the biggie. We have Kerri, prettiest scorekeeper in television, standing by. And there are all the numbers. To Kerri at the board. Last look at all the winning numbers, 12, 37, 25, 39, 2016. The supplementary is 34.
I went to pointing school for that.
Pointing school. The next year, you're 26 and return home first to make some really memorable TV appearances.
What would you do if they sang out a tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? I'm gonna lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song. I'll try hard not to sing out of key. I get by with some help from my friends. I'm gonna try with some help from my friends.
You then land a plum role in the soapy The Restless Years.
God, I'm sick of hearing about this. What in the hell is going on?
Neil, please just leave now. Get out, please.
No, not this time. And not without you.
You wouldn't be so anxious to take her with you if you knew the truth.
Mum, please don't.
I'm not surprised she tried to kill herself. All that guilt she's been carrying around for years. Look at her. You want to know the reason why she tried to end her life? The real reason? Not because of me.
No!
Because she killed your father.
At least Lisa McKeown now knows she has no competition.
Well, as luck would have it, you now apply for a researcher's job on Channel 10's Good Morning Australia. Now, as it turns out, producers are looking for a summit co-host and worry that maybe you're not experienced enough. But you certainly changed their minds when you snare an exclusive interview, didn't you?
Yep.
And it was?
And it was with Viv Richards.
How did you get it?
Well, I had to ask who he was first. Well, in the office, they were saying, OK, if you can get this interview with Viv Richards, you know, we'll work on it. And I've gone, yeah, OK, fine. So I called John and said, who's Viv Richards? Explained he's a cricketer. I knew the hotel near the airport where the boys were flying in before they go to Adelaide, so I went out there. No, we're not doing any interviews. And I've gone, oh, no, but you don't understand. I actually have to have this interview. And I found out through one of the door guys which room he was in. So I went up on the room and he's opened. And I've gone, excuse me, I'd love to do this interview. No, too tired. And I've gone, no, but I really, really want this job. I have to have this job. Please, just, you know, a minute. He says, well, I'm not leaving the room. I'll give you a few minutes. So there he was, sat up in bed, no clothes on. In bed, but at least there was me and the entire camera crew.
And you got the interview.
And I sat on the bed doing my first interview ever with the crew and Viv Richards half naked in bed.
Well, Sir Vivian Richards sends this from Lords tonight.
Hello, Kerri, how are you doing? I'm quite positive that you must be having a good time. I can remember I first had the opportunity to meet you and to be interviewed by you, and I've always felt that you were very special. Because I had the opportunity to tour Australia on numerous occasions, I've always felt that your face was one of the very special faces which always stood out. I'm quite certain that this is a very special time for you. You thoroughly deserve it because you're a very special person. I've always felt that from a long way. I can say this now. Have a good time.
Good night. You find yourself waking up Australia on what is now, at the time, the #1 network. Your first co-host for 5 long years is Gordon Elliott, who sends this.
Kerri, congratulations on a wonderful night, something you richly deserve. And from all of us here in New York, I just want to point out what a generous and talented individual you are. And all those years we shared together on Good Morning Australia were a success because of that. And I'm glad to see you're getting the kudos that you have earned in your career. And my love to you and John. Say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye, guys. Don't miss your opportunity to own the brand new Volume 2 of This Is Your Life. True stories of great Australians. Treasure the memories in this wonderful new edition. Recall the laughter and tears of Slim Dusty, Andrew Ettinghausen, John English, Fiona Coote, and Marina Pryor. Call 1300 656 502 now to order your copy and relive these classic moments from This Is Your Life.
Good Morning Australia pioneers breakfast television in Australia. You co-host for over a decade, surviving 7 executive producers and 4 more co-hosts. Ladies and gentlemen, Ron Wilson, Tim Webster, Mike Gibson and Terry Willesee. Ron, if I could start with you. Your memories of working with Kerri Ann?
Well, I've got to tell you that we 4 have probably seen Kerri Ann as no other man on earth has at 4:30 in the morning, no makeup, hair like this in curlers, and the baggiest tracksuit you've ever seen. Now,
looking fantastic.
Looking fantastic. And a big reef of papers under her arm. Now, whether it was those early mornings or the endless stream of interviews, she did have one problem, though. She could never remember names.
No, really? Yeah. We just happen to have something along that line. Let's have a look at this.
Good morning, Andrew. Good morning, Natasha. Good morning, Andre.
Good morning, but you've got the wrong names there. You've got something even better.
Good morning, Steve.
It's Kevin.
Oh, Steve, it's Kevin Nichols.
Good morning, Jennifer.
Now, Kerri Ann here. Sorry,
Kerri
that was
Ann, I'm sorry.
That was Jennifer Kite doing the report. Could you explain a little bit more about the part that you play, Lita?
Yes, actually, it's Linda, Kerri Ann.
Great. Now, Tim, Kerri Ann also packs a bit of a punch too, doesn't she, mate?
Mate, I've dined out on this for years. I don't know why we had them, but we had these paper bags with the eyes cut out. Kerri, being Kerri, puts one on. And I said, the old joke, don't you need 2 of those in case that one breaks? Well, she goes, whack! And these lapel mics here, that audio director still has a hearing aid. The man can't hear. And the other classic that she will remember very well is the snake. Alison in Veracity couldn't high jump any better. Over the back of the lounge she went, away from the... And it was this huge, big... What, a python or something?
Oh, just watch the little one behind.
What, you watch this? Watch that?
Great stuff. Now, Gibbo, you've seen Kerri Ann as many haven't you?
I certainly have. I've waited for this moment for years because she used to say to me, I love working with you because you make me look so young. And as Ronnie said, I mean, the first morning I ever worked with you was about 4:30, 5 o'clock, and I was waiting and waiting, and I said, she hasn't turned up, you know, I can't do this on my own. And one of the girls said, oh, that's her over there. And she had a sort of a tea cosy on her head and no makeup and as you say, the crumpled tracksuit. And I thought, my God, but have a look, eh? Have a look.
Absolutely.
She does.
And Terry, you've not been all that flattering in the past,
well,
have you?
I put my foot in my mouth one time. I don't know if you forgive me for this, but the story is worth telling because it shows that she's a good sort and a good sport. You came on the set one day wearing the brightest yellow outfit I've ever seen anybody wear. I think it was a bright yellow miniskirt, a matching yellow jacket. And during the course of the show, we're chatting away live on television. You said, Terry, nice tie you got on. And I felt I should say something nice back. So I said, what I meant to say was, yes, Kurt, it's a lovely outfit you got on, but you look like a 60-kilogram canary. that's what I meant to say, because I thought that'd be funny. But I'm trying to calculate stones to pounds to get down to the kilogram, and just my brain would not compute. So, in fact, what I did blurt out is, nice outfit, Kerri, but you look like a 14.5-stone canary. Have you forgiven me?
I have, yes, I have.
But if I also say that there's a lot of things we know about Kerri Ann from what we've seen on television.
And you're not going to tell them tonight, are you?
Not all of them. Very passionate about things, passionate about her work, passionate about lunch, things like that. And I won't tell any lunch stories. But there was a time when the Threadbow tragedy occurred. We all remember that very well. News crews from all over Australia went there, and a big bunch of us from Channel 9 went. And Kerri and John have a lodge down there at Threadbow, and they opened the place up to all of us, and there were 20 or 30 people coming in and out day and night. In fact, the house was open for all of us to use. I think one night 13 people slept there. It shows the goodness of the heart of Kerri and John, and you are a good sort.
Yeah. And Michael, I think all four of us would agree that broadcasting's never as much fun as it was when we worked with Kerri.
We miss you.
We do.
Miss you, girl.
They miss you, don't you?
Can I just ask you a question now that we're all together? Who was your favourite? Who was your favourite?
I love you all.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming in. But after 11 years with Good Morning Australia, your contract is not renewed. You're out of a job and you turn to radio. You're made breakfast announcer and chief executive officer of 2CH, but that doesn't last long at all. Then, after no shortage of lobbying on your part, you take over the midday show.
But let's do the makeover anyway. Don't be afraid, I'm going to do some teasing of your hair. Nah, nah, nah.
You ain't never got around and you ain't Dale a tu cuerpo alegría, Macarena, que tu cuerpo es para dar. Dale a tu cuerpo alegría, Macarena.
If you're doing anything around a pool, you should be very careful. You should be totally surprised. Come on.
Great stuff. But after 3 years, the ratings begin to slide and the axe finally falls on the program. And you naturally weren't very happy about it, were you?
No, ratings weren't all that bad, Mike.
Sorry?
Ratings weren't all that bad.
Weren't they? So why do you think they axed it?
I think there were a lot of reasons. Would you like to go into them now?
I'm happy to. I'm game if you are.
You're the one still working here.
Dear, for someone who loves to work, who loves to work, it's now a tough time for you. It's also a time when you've got to have friends. Friends like Sonia McMahon, Glenn Marie Frost, James Morrison and Rhonda Birchmore. Sonia, if we could start with you, what sort of a friend is she?
Well, she's been a wonderful friend over the last 20 years and a great party pal, I can tell you. Neither of us were easy to leave a party, were we?
No.
And I always found it most frustrating because I'd wake up slightly the worse for wear the next morning and turn on the television and there she was, right as a button, having spent at least 2 hours there before. It was wonderful, but some of my fondest memories were of your wedding. The two of you at the Opera House. It was wonderful. Mm.
Oh, golly, yes. That's when we got married, darling. When or when? Oh, that was good fun. Yeah.
Ain't love grand?
It's beautiful.
And Glenn Marie, this is a lady who never says died, does she?
No, no mountain is too high for our Kerri Ann. And I see two sides of Kerri Ann, the fun girl, the one that has a zest for life. But I also see my mate, who is indomitable. She's feisty, she's resilient, and she has enormous strength of character that I'm enormously proud of her. She's inspirational to so many people. And it probably is because you come from Queensland.
Yes.
Yes. But also, what really bugs me is everywhere I go around Australia, I've got to say, people come up to me in the street and they say, we want Kerri-Ann back on TV.
Yeah.
And, you know, strangers